Hello, I would like to lead a guided meditation, a guided Zazen meditation. I'm focusing on Eihei Dogen's Shobogenzo and the 6 Yogas of Naropa teachings. I'm thinking about Dogen and I'm thinking about Naropa. And Dogen is grounding. He represents the Mahayana, whereas Naropa represents the Vajrayana, secret mantra, meditation, which prevents us from seeing appearances as ordinary, seeing them as a Vajra. So the Shobogenzo that Eihei Dogen wrote is a manual for meditation. So we're breathing slowly. We're remembering to attend to our cognitions in a certain way. And we're focusing on the eternal aspects of our mind and body and emotions. And we see that the Vajrayana relies on being grounded. You can't focus in that way without being very grounded. So we're just realizing that when we eventually pass away, we're going to have to leave everyone and everything behind. And we'll have only our Dharma practice at that point. So it's much better to prepare early before we get old and get cancer. If we prepare early, we can go in any direction and we can be prepared. And the truth is, society doesn't really. We have to rely on authentic spiritual people because society in general does not encourage studying something like the 6 Yogas of Naropa. Society just wants to make money and procreate and all the things that muggles like to focus on. But there is such a thing as the 6 Yogas of Naropa. There is such a thing as the Shobogenzo, the meditation manual that Eihei Dogen wrote, and there are spiritual people that we can rely on, and it is a dire, serious matter. So just resting in the naked Rigpa awareness, we can realize truths which are very, you could say, very strange. Focusing on Naropa, focusing on Eihei Dogen, we rely on authentic spiritual teachers. We rely on the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. We rest nakedly in the Rigpa awareness. we realize the difference between the Mahayana and the Vajrayana, the secret mantra practice that prevents us from seeing appearances as ordinary, but rather as a Vajra. And then we can migrate our way into sustaining these transcendent states. And if we migrate our way into sustaining Sahaja Nirvikalpa Samadhi, it may not really be anything that anyone cares about or understands, and it may be that we find it difficult to know how to apply it in a way which is helpful to other people. Although we can sustain it within our own mental continuum, we can sustain samadhi, a high samadhi. We can sustain a high level samadhi, but then we have to find out how to apply it in a way that helps people, because it's not really meaningful unless we can help other people. So I've been thinking about Naropa, and I've been thinking about Eihei Dogen. And at work today, while I was at work, I was meditating very deeply, like standing up and walking around. And, it's not something, meditation is not something just sitting with your eyes closed. Meditation is something you can do at any time, no matter what you're doing. And I was understanding that this is what death is. This is what I'm going to need when I enter the bardo, when I finally pass away of old age. I'm going to need this information. I'm going to need this technique, this skill of focusing in this way. And when I pass away of old age, this is what it's going to be. And this is the same for everybody, so this is what it's going to be for other people, and they won't necessarily know it. And so Dogen and Naropa are the words I'm meditating on. What's going to matter at the end of my lifetime as I pass away from old age is my Dharma practice only, and everything else is just a waste. It's only, the only thing that's really important is my Dharma practice. And the true nature of good and evil is something different from what it seems. It's very strange, and it's like things are different from the illusion. of samsara, the nirvana is more of what it really is. So, yeah.